Welcome back, Retail Army. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. All right, guys, bringing us in, guys. I just wanted to pull in some coverage. There's been a lot of news, and like I've been screaming, guys, the time is now. We're in a time of a generational wealth transfer. I'm gonna just call it how it is. You a fool if you ain't paying any attention to your Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, XRP, HBAR. These stocks are going to be the companies that are going to be the companies of the future to pioneer out of this recession. But I'm bringing y'all in. I got a clip from Fox Business. Twitter is now buckling up with, or has plans to buckle up with eToro, basically kind of making Twitter like a super social account as far as being able to trade and all of that stuff on there. So, and of course, that's in Elon Musk, we trust in that bad boy. But also, there's news about who is that? Apple about to become big. But like I said, we're going to tap into that after we get in this. And of course, we're going to follow up with our AMC coverage. But let's get down to it, make this quick and snappy, people.
Twitter CEO Elon Musk marching forward in his quest to turn Twitter into a super app. Twitter has started to flip on the trading switch to give users the option to buy and sell stocks and other assets from social trading platform
Better
eToro.
hear it.
Twitter currently has cash tags. It's a feature where you search for a ticker symbol. I'm sure many of you have done it. You insert first a dollar sign and then the ticker in front of it, allowing you to see the price information on the app. Well, now with the eToro partnership, cash tags will be expanded to cover far more financial instruments, information, and asset classes. So, as Elon Musk takes one step closer to his goal of morphing his microblogging site into what he calls, quote, the biggest financial institution in the world, what does it mean for Israeli
I got
trading
faith in this
platform
dude.
eToro?
That big head right there.
eToro U.S. CEO Lule Demisay. Lule, knowing how passionate Elon Musk has been to turn Twitter into a money-making app, this is one of the first partnerships that as far as we know, he's really struck to make that happen. How did the deal come about? What does it offer beyond what we've just explained to viewers?
Yeah, I mean, it's a natural one when you think about it. Liz, first of all, a pleasure to be with you,
Thank you.
on your show. I've been watching for a long time. It was a natural one, right? Like when you think about eToro, it's a social platform. In other words, we have a social feed on our platform in which people engage, over 30 million users.
This is
And
the
3
CEO.
million account holders, close to 3 million account holders globally engage in this. We built our framework thinking that social was a bedrock to investing dialogue in this next generation. Most of our customers are millennial or young Xers, so we're also following where the demographic is. So it felt like a
Retail
natural
is here.
conversation to start with what we think is a natural marriage between social media at large and a social media trading platform.
Okay, so let's just use an example. I'm on Twitter. I put in hashtag FoxA, the parent of this network. What's going to come up?
So it shows you essentially a chart and some pricing, and then ultimately you get some what I consider to be sort of preliminary information about that stock, but you're also seeing dialogue on Twitter that happens when you do that. And then once you click through the eToro logo, which is right there, you land on a landing page that has much more data about either that security or that digital asset. Now, because we're a regulated entity, we're very careful as to make sure that you're landing in the right jurisdiction, the right model. And when you do, you can either keep following that asset class, but you can either do one of three things in eToro. You can establish a practice account, so you can actually track this either asset, digital asset, or security. You can start practicing trading with fake money, we call virtual money, or you can actually start trading that security or that digital assets. So there's many ways that we think that it facilitates engagement.
Well, Lule, here's
Got a little
what
paper
worries
trading
me.
function.
You're talking about a social experience when you're investing. This brings back ideas and thoughts of the Reddit chat room, the Wall Street bets room, and
See, I
thought
just
that
told you.
whole moment in time was very fascinating and historic. It showed that when people get together, they can beat the Wall Street guys. I had no problem with that, but it attracted, in many cases, unwanted regulatory scrutiny. And then you talk about gamification. And that was part of the whole social aspect that Robinhood had, where, once you made a trade on Robinhood, the confetti would explode. And I believe we have some video of what that looked like in the past. And suddenly you had, Gary Gensler of the Securities and Exchange Commission looking at it and saying, no, this is people's money. This isn't a game, and you can't make it like Pavlov's dogs where, oh, I saw confetti, now I'm going to trade more, even if it's not quite the right thing. So what kind of safeguards are put in there?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely correct. And the reality is that's exactly why we built a
Be
social
nice if he was
investing platform,
doing his
because
part with
there's
the
no
fraud in the
avoiding the
market.
fact that social is going to be a network connector to people. So we at eToro felt strongly that having people who understood finance and traditional finance, like I came from a background of, Morgan Stanley, Ally Bank, all these sort of traditional backgrounds as well, to make sure that we were recognizing the innovation that came from this. Because, if we all get scared of innovation, we'll never advance human history.
Right.
So where the innovation benefit is, but then how do you create the belts and suspenders? So you go to our website, we do a proper KYC to make sure we understand your risk metrics, your identity. We also require that you have to be public with your ID if you want to partake in our social feed.
Okay.
We monitor our social feed, whether it's for nefarious activity or just offensive activity. So we feel like the idea of innovation is to embrace it and then come up with the belts and suspenders to manage it, rather than to be sort of like eyes closed, mouth closed, and just pretending it doesn't exist.
I was looking at the numbers. eToro has what?
Guys, basically what this lady said in layman's terms is that, like I keep saying, what's our momentum, our call, that this retail saga is just now starting. Guys, the retail's not going anywhere. Retail is punched in full force, disturbed the hell out of all this stuff. Here we are in AMC, just thorns in the sides of people, thorns inside of short sellers. We came in 2 years ago, and I heard and shocked the markets. Robin Hood having to take buy buttons away, all type of fraud. Up until this point here we are. They still trying to recover back from what happened 2 years ago. Still frauding it down because we were supposed to have left. Oh, no, this wasn't, oh, yeah, after the recession comes, they'll leave. Oh, no, brother, we in here. We in here. You know what I mean?
2 million registered users globally, and you've got at Twitter, 450 million monthly active users. In just the first 90 days of 2023, there were 493 million tweets about business and finance. People are eager. They want to soak this stuff up. I get what's in it for you when you look at the numbers. I mean, there are going to be a lot of people who are putting in those cash tags and being directed
new
to
Tesla.
you. What's in it for Twitter?
Because essentially, I think for Twitter, as we all know, news and financial news is at its heartbeat of Twitter, right? And ultimately, I think, like all innovation is about like type of services, figuring out synergies for amplification. So it makes sense. Twitter cannot be a financial trading platform on its own right now, right? So this marriage allows an amplification on both sides of the equation. So I think that that's what's in it for them, because this is a natural place for them to lean into financial news.
Well, when you guys expand this partnership, I want to see more about it, because Elon, we know, wants that X factor. He wants that super app to come into existence, not just because it would provide so many services, but he needs to make that Twitter platform worth what he paid for, $44 billion. But keep us posted, and I think it's a nice feather in your cap.
I believe he will. For some reason, it tells me he's a good business runner.
Great to have you.
All right, people. Let's tap in, guys. Like I was mentioning here, along with Twitter at the same time, and this is why I was keynoting in on focusing in on why you need to have a separate brokerage accounts from wherever you do your momentum trades and all that good stuff on. That's a long term and actually building up things that are going to be steady uptrends, right? A slower uptrend, but not as volatile. But these right here, volatility is one coming into these types of plays with Apple and such like this, but they're doing huge things. So Twitter is now trying to basically become a brokerage and a social media app, which is going to be a game changer. It's basically like being on Webull in the feeds, but it's actually going to be it's Twitter. It's like a full social hub, and then you can tap into your trading from there. Which, I mean, like I said, I see it. But just in, this is a Watcher Guru off of Twitter. Apple launches high yield savings account offering 4.15 APY in partnership with Goldman Sachs. Apple is about to try, not even about to try. Apple is formulating, becoming, and turning into a bank. Not to mention also, don't forget down the line, they're already working on the Apple Card that's supposed to be releasing as well. So there's major catalysts occurring with these plays where I would always say, go throw you some cash in this. You need to have money. You only really need, and like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, but 20% of your portfolio, 10% of your portfolio in these high momentum stocks, these high risk assets, things like that, because 10%, 20% can turn to 100%. quick in those type of assets. So you don't need to have all your money in there. It doesn't allow you to be able to hold, or it doesn't allow you to be able to not emotionally trade when you've got everything you've got or that you want inside of that. Like I said, I made that mistake coming in. That's why I had to reallocate my portfolio, and now I can stand a lot stronger in this adversity of the fraud that we fight on the day-to-day. But following on through, guys, double tapping in on our Stocko tracker. We've got AMC 400,000 shares up there, obviously showing a 212% cost to borrow. I don't believe none of that. Like I said, all this right here was fraud. You know, we saw from the 15th, you know, they trading in on 16th, they're bringing in shares, but yet you're going to tell me they're bringing in shares, but the cost to borrow, I mean, the short interest is what? Still climbing. This is market watch at 26.8, 86%. Like I said, guys, we're closing in close as hell to that 27% because I want to see that 27%. It's just astounding me how cost to borrow can be happening, but the short interest is going up. How is that even possible? And where are the shares coming from? Where are the shares coming from? And I also pulled up over. Let me see if I can find my hubbo here, just so we can have a double verification. Obviously, like I said, this is NYSE, New York Stock Exchange. This is showing 26.69. I just want to verify from two different sites, you know, basically showing the same concurrent thing. The short interest is still staggering, sitting at 27%. Mind y'all, Volkswagen short squeeze of 2008 that ran for what was it, like $50 or something like that? It started off to $1,000. Had a 10% short interest. Guys, we're climbing up to being near 3% away from 3 times the short interest of what Volkswagen short squeeze is. Double tapping in, guys. Got some other stuff that's just the most annoying thing. Let me see where we at. As everybody saw on April 16th, your fearless and beloved leader, AA, has come out and made tweets like we're just stupid. The sheer amount of people that are liking this, you're stupid. But here we are here, just following through. He said some misunderstand that the 1-for-10 reverse split approved by 87% of share. What is it? Wait, 87% of March 14 votes, saying we are stealing 90% of your shares. You forget that the share price rises tenfold at the time. Exactly the same as trading 10 $1 bills for one $10 bill. Either way it goes, you have $10. No. See, what that's like is having one real $1 bill and having 9 fake counterfeit dollar bills, and you put them and you give all those to somebody else and they give you a $10 bill back. That's not the same value. You're diluting the stock. You're reducing the pressure. You are consolidating, what is it called? You're consolidating the amount of money that shorts are having to pay. Like, does he think I'm stupid? He must think we're stupid. He follows that up with, in your comments, some fear that the reverse split short pressure could cause pressure to go back down. But you neglect that is every bit as easy to short a stock priced at $3 as it is a price at $30. A reverse split itself has nothing to do with the subsequent price action. So, 2 things, Doc. Why are you doing the reverse split then? If it's not going to affect the price, what are you doing the reverse split for? Why did you make the apes in the first place if you're going to have to do a reverse split in less than a year's time? Somebody answer that for me. Make that make sense. And he says he thinks the short pressure could. I'm just going to go ahead and say I just think it would be a little bit tougher for your stock to be shorted from $3 down to $0 than it would from $30 down to $3. There's hella room. There's hella cash to make in that. There's not that much cash to make in a $3 range. 0 being your company's bankrupt. So you even get down to 50 cents. That's toaster strudel. So I'm just trying to figure out, why is it that this guy is able to come up here and literally just fraudulently spit BS? And I want to know, who is it that's in here liking posts? Are y'all, I'm just shocked. And like I said, I heard some stuff, and like I said, we're not here to bash on people, but I'm like, when I go through it, I'm listening to content creators, some of it's just absurd. It's like, I'm like, oh, I see why they're able to just keep bending retail over. There are some people that just literally, it's like you would much rather avoid the reality of what's occurring with this guy. There's still some people that are rooting for this guy to be your silverback. Oh yeah, he gonna give you a silverback, all right. He gonna give you a silverback. Keep playing around with this man. Keep playing around with this man. All right, but coming in, just take a quick check over here at our charts, guys. Obviously, let me pull this back to our 5-minute. What was that on the 14th? The BS downslide that basically was just short selling. And like I told everybody, I said, don't worry about that. That's not a real price move. Nothing caused that. Of course, as soon as we start getting closer to after hours and closing market, we start to melt up. And then we slowly uptrend. And as, of course, the same that happens each and every pre-market, we start to melt back up again. So, again, like I said, happily, we're sitting at the 520 range. Well above that, well, I say well above, but above that 516 range, which, like I said, showing me that we're in that same indignant range that I said before. All of this in here is just la la land. Excuse me. All of this in here is just la la land. There is no rhyme or reason behind the trading patterns that's going to occur between here and here. We're supposed to have been blasted past this. This stock has been trying to rip through this, but of course it's going to be non-stop shorting. And like I said, we're just in a wait lane. We're waiting to see the motion intervene. We're waiting to see how this judge to pick these things. Like I said, that's the basis of what's the flinger or not. The other side is on bare knuckles, a drained out fighting each and every single day to try to get this 27th. 10 days till then, we're scrapping with them each and every single day, and we're trading sideways. I'm just not shook. There's nothing that you need to really be concerned with as far as price action right now. We're coming in tomorrow, like I said, we're listening, we're keeping our ears peeled because I want to see how this judge is going to react. That right there is going to instantly snap the thing. And like I said, I still personally believe, just based off of the hell that she's already causing, that Judge Zern just isn't going. I mean, if she was going, she would have let that motion, that settlement go through, so she wouldn't have appeased the motion, intervene. Like I said, I'm just getting the vibe that there's a little bit more to this than what is seen to the eye. I feel like, now of course they're showing confidence continuing to short, but I feel like, because I've heard some people's argument that, oh, they're shorting it because they have confidence that it's going to be reverse split. Hell, could be. But also they could be shorting it because if it goes past a certain range, that thing's sent into a Jupiter. You know what I mean? Just think about it. If you know you're getting reverse split and it's coming, why wouldn't you let the price run up some? You're about to be shorting it back down again, right? Why wouldn't you let the price run up some? Why wouldn't you let the price run up some? APE, 8. Look at the trading patterns on this, guys. Look at this. Look at the trading pattern on this. This is detrimental. This is barcoding. APE has just been barcoded. I mean, look at this. But you want to sit up here and tell me that there's not massive arbitrage. You want to simply tell me that there's not massive fraud going on that we can clearly see. Guys, listen, I'm going to tell you like this. The heat is on the bottom of that arse. I'm just telling you, you can tell by the movement. They're not even able to let this thing range up 10, 20 cents. They're blowing all cash, making shares appear, all of this for 20 cents. Hey, guys, we're going to hold in tight on this bad boy. There's more to come, but like I'm saying, I just feel like there's a little bit more in this water stirring than what's coming to the eye. And, of course, you can't rely on hedge funds to ever admit they're not like retail. They're not going to, oh, no. They're going to take it to the grave. So the point is you have to use your discernment, your ability to, your knowledge, things you've learned to be able to say, wait a minute now. I know one thing. I know this ain't regular stock trade. I know that this is not trading at all with the market, the greater market. Market was crashing, dipping. AMC traded sideways. Totally oblivious to the market. Which is how it's supposed to be anyways, because it's supposed to move inversely. But it's just funny how when the market's free falling and it's moving inversely, there's somehow magically a short attack. Guys, anytime y'all see this right here, anytime y'all see a 45-degree angle of downside, that's just short. That's short attacking. That's ladder attacking. That's not real price movement. So until I see some real price movement, I'm just going to sit here and assume that we got y'all by the Newtons. We got y'all by the fig Newtons. Because if not, y'all wouldn't be, you wouldn't have to sit up here and literally manually algo trade this day to day. You wouldn't have to. And I'm no fool, and I know retailing no fool. Y'all hold this thing down, baby. Hey, we got a lot of interesting stuff coming in this week. We got earnings coming in. And like I said, y'all watch these companies. Note which ones are retracting in and crumbling, and note which ones are like, yeah, you know what, hell, I think we want y'all to open up a bank. Those are things that you want to pay attention to and might want to put some money down. And like I said, eventually we're going to come out with some videos ascertaining how I have my portfolio set up. Just recommendation, because I said this above all is above AMC. This is a retail movement. This is our retail community, our retail hub. There's more money to be made. There's hella money to come. We're trying to finish this out. Like I said, I got in my GTI. I actually loaded up some more. Hey, not financial advice, but like I said, they've got a dividend that was already accepted. So basically, we're getting a count. It's going to be a true count. So, hey, if you got some spare change, hey, hopefully this thing is done before the 27th. If not, hey, we're going to rock and roll with it and see where she takes us. But, hey, y'all, hold it down, baby. Much love. Hey, we in this thing together. I'm not shook. Hey, y'all tell me in the comments, how y'all feeling? Is anybody scared? Is anybody scared? Hey, man. Hey, y'all hold it down. Like I said, they're going to have to bring it a little bit harder for us. They're going to have to do a little bit more for me. I'm sorry. They're going to have to do a little bit more. We done rolled this thing all the way down. You're going to have to do a little